What's good, everyone? Hello, welcome in for another movie reaction. We're watching Possession today, which released in 1981, and this is a movie that I had not heard of until this week. I wasn't sure what I was going to react to this week, and then on Sunday night, right before I went to sleep, I saw the news that Sam Neill had passed away. Rest in peace to an amazing man and a wonderful, wonderful actor. I really need to rewatch Jurassic Park soon. It's been over 5 years since I sat down and properly watched that movie. I've seen numerous reactions to it, but I haven't rewatched it in a while. Most recently here on the channel, I released a reaction to Event Horizon, if you missed that. And then on my own time, I watched Hunt for the Wilderpeople, and I really enjoyed that movie a lot, and Sam Neill was fantastic in it. And now today we're watching Possession, which when I shared this in the schedule, I had a few comments from people basically implying that I've never seen a movie like this before, and that this movie is crazy, and just yeah, I have no idea what to expect when people say things like that. I did see someone refer to this as like a cosmic horror kind of movie, so that's fun. I don't anticipate it's going to be anything like some of the other Session movies. So I saw Obsession in the theaters, and then I just recently watched Possessor from 2020, which is a reaction I'm hanging on to right now. I haven't shared it yet, but that will be going on Patreon at some point. Not sure if that one's going to get a YouTube edit, because that one was extremely bloody and gory and graphic. Yeah, anyway. But yeah, I don't think this movie is going to be anything like those, but I just find it fun that in the last like 2 months I've watched Obsession, Possessor, and now Possession today. So yeah, fun. If you're new here, hello, my name is Kale. Make sure to check out my YouTube channel or my reaction library. I do have a lot of reactions that are not on the channel either yet, or potentially never will be. I do often post some older reactions now, and the reactions, for example, that like most of them that I'm currently reacting to probably won't appear on the channel for a while. So I have links down below to my full reaction library as well as my Patreon, and if you want the full-length watch along to this reaction plus so many more, you can also find those links in the description and pinned comment. And with that, I am really excited, sort of, kind of, to press play on this, so let's get into it. This music's interesting. We're in Germany?
You can't just say you don't know. That's what you said on the phone. When will you know?
I don't know.
Do you need more time?
Are they married?
Come and admire him.
I loved using swim goggles in the bathtub when I was a kid too.
One mustn't be afraid. One must speak honestly.
I haven't been much help, but I finished that job now, and so who was I doing it for, after all?
Were you unfaithful to me?
The truth is, not really.
Seems like he's been gone a while.
What's happening to us is just natural. Feelings change, but without you, I wouldn't feel anything at all.
What do you feel now?
Are you really interested?
No.
There you are. You see, it's the same with me.
Thanks.
How many vials did he take with him?
2.
What procedure have you devised for contacting him again?
It's all in my report.
What does he do for work?
You don't feel there's a need for a successor?
I've completed my job.
Brilliantly. That's why we want to rehire you.
It's out of the question.
And what would be the reason for your refusal?
Family.
Would you be unable for a long time?
I hope not.
The camera work was fun, like we're so far back and then they went all the way around.
Does our subject still wear pink socks?
Why is that important?
Anna?
That suit fits perfectly on him. They're spying.
I am downtown. I need some time to think.
What do you mean to think? Think about what?
To think about me.
Where are you? When will you...
She didn't mention that she had Bob with him? With her, I mean. Oh.
Hello?
Margie, this is Mark.
Now, I know there's no sympathy between us, and it's hard for me to ask you for help, but you're her only friend. Who is he?
Oh, Mark, your wife keeps her own secrets.
And I don't intend to hang on. But this is not proper.
Told her he didn't want her anymore.
We're over, Mark.
You have someone.
Yes.
For a long time?
Does it matter?
Yes.
Yeah, it kind of does.
Do you sleep with him?
Yes.
Do you like it?
Yes.
More than with me?
Yes.
You calling from there?
Yes.
But he is there.
And where's our child?
Would 800 a month for Bob be enough?
I suppose.
Will you move in with him or keep the apartment?
I'll keep it if you allow me to.
I've decided not to see Bob
What?
At all?
at all.
How can you say that?
That's terrible.
He knows you. He's yours. He needs your...
A real father, full time? You say it's better with him than with me.
I think what you want to do to Bob is...
Inhuman? So what you're doing must be human. I mean, look what you're doing!
Sorry, you're in a public place.
I am that one. And if I knew he existed in this world, I would have never had Bob with you.
Oh my god, stop! Love that chef that like jumped from the back. Conversation that was long overdue. I noticed she was still wearing her ring. God, he looks terrible. He looks so different than he did just a couple scenes ago. Gosh, she's so pale.
How long have I been here?
3 weeks, sir.
3 weeks. Bob.
What happened? It's Daddy.
Mummy said she would be right back, but she never came.
Stop.
You've been alone for a long time.
Has it been the whole 3 weeks?
Look, I got a new boat.
Did you get it from Mummy?
From Uncle Heinrich.
Yesterday.
No, before you come back from far away.
Damn, so he knew. Bob knew. Well, didn't know. He just said uncle, but they met, is what I meant.
This is not always like this, Mark.
I'm not interested. I came to tell you that I can't live without you, and I'm ready to understand whatever there is.
You can't take Bob away from me.
I'm not trying, but I'm taking over here. Anna, is there anything I can do?
I must.
You must restore order. You must leave him. You will call him. You will say it is over. He's not your family. Your family is here.
No.
I have to tell him face to face.
I don't trust you. On the phone!
If you could admit to the cheating on the phone, you can break up with somebody on the phone.
If you want to stay,
But these two should not be together.
I can't stand to see you like this.
Give her some space. I feel uneasy.
I'm very sleepy.
Anna is with me, and she'll stay with me.
I had to go to talk to Margie, so I'd never hurt you again.
I want to speak to Heinrich.
My son is not in town. Anna's not here. I haven't seen her for weeks. I miss her so much.
Poor Bob.
Where's Mummy?
She went to see Margie.
Are you going too?
I'm staying with you.
No idea where this is going.
Hello, I'm Bob's father. I'll be bringing him to school from now on.
You're the
father who went far away and made the polar bears.
Oh, God.
What is this, a joke?
What are you talking about?
I'm in your wake.
What?
Oh, no. Heinrich.
I've come for Anna.
Even they kind of look similar.
We don't have to be brutal to each other or even impolite. Our situation is like a mountain lake we are trying to swim in.
I don't know that I understand that analogy you just made.
You can hate me as much as you like, but it's you who wants to know things for me. So please make it possible. I'm suffering as much as you are.
We spoke on the phone last night, you and I, didn't we?
Stop it. I just arrived from Hamburg.
How long have you been fucking me over?
A year.
Well, my visit's home all that time.
Yes.
And this is what you mean by accepting Anna's ways?
Precisely.
She's not here.
I have been honest with you. Would you permit me to inquire on a specific point? On your last visit home, were you content with your wife? I mean, sexually.
Why?
Because in that period, we reached a state of perfect harmony. My mother.
Yeah, all the time.
Yes.
Even when you're fucking Anna?
Of course.
Oh, wow. Mark, I think you just need to go.
Where were you?
I wrote you. I was at Margie's.
That's not true. I spoke to her.
I was with him.
That's not true either.
I was with Frank.
Who?
No, Frank! Check! Why are you nagging me? Can't you just let me be?
I did a perfect piece of you. Never came back.
This is overwhelming.
But don't you come any closer!
Anna, it's me!
But don't you understand? You disgust me. You make me... Ah!
Damn.
You want me to believe you?
Oh, yes! A monster, a whore. I fuck her on with everybody whenever you turn her on.
These performances are crazy. It feels so real. It's stressing me out as if it was real.
I opened the window and jumped!
You need him that much?
Oh, yes! Oh, yes!
I think she actually just needs to get away from you more than even being with him. Stop!
You know what this is for? Lies.
Then you have to add much more.
I definitely thought this would be a movie where, like, she's the one possessed, because I feel like that's so common, but the more we keep watching this, it's going to be him. It already is him.
I know you can't wait to run off and make a fool of yourself, and I'm here to help you. I'll look after Bob. Give me your sweater.
Mark, what is your brain doing?
I love seeing you miserable. It's so reassuring.
Mr. Zimmerman will be with you in a minute. The second door on the right.
Yes. Sir.
What is this now?
I would like you to follow my wife for a few days. I have a photo of my wife here.
Are there any other leads? Does your wife have a job?
She quit about a year ago. Her best friend is Mrs. Margie Gluckmeister. She's in the directory.
Awkward. Can you get out of her way?
Excuse me!
You don't have the right to behave this way.
Oh, brother.
You know, when I'm away from you, I think of you as an animal or a woman possessed, and then I see you again, and all this disappears. Why are you afraid to tell me?
Maybe because of how you react. I'm afraid of you.
Be the way you want it.
Why do you keep saying that?
You don't have to say it. Get over it.
Brother, you're just getting so pissed at her. Can we not? Can we just unplug that?
I have to go now.
Would you wait for Bob?
I can't now.
Maybe we can both go and pick him up at school.
This is whiplash behavior, dude. Both of them, actually, at this point.
It doesn't hurt.
No.
But weirdly, there's a part of me that feels like some of the stuff we've seen hasn't been real or has just been like in his mind. But maybe not. I don't know. Some of this I feel like I'm having trouble. Is this the guy that works for the guy that he hired? It's gotta be. It's gonna help yourself? All right. He's following so close.
Sorry to bother you, miss. I'm from the building manager's office. We had a complaint about some broken window somewhere and the glass falling down from the sidewalk.
But I can assure you they were right.
How can you be so sure? I just saw you come in.
Oh, this guy's so creepy. This apartment is very empty. There's no furniture. Just a mattress. It's a big apartment. I love how big the windows are.
The bathroom doesn't have a window.
You sure?
Absolutely.
If you were the building manager, you would know that.
I'm afraid I still have to check it.
Just care for a glass of wine.
Why?
Yes, why? Oh, broke.
What are we looking at? I can't tell what I'm looking at.
How long?
Ages and ages.
I'm sorry to bother you so late. May I see your wife?
No, she went out. Bob is fine. He's just beaten the world record in tub diving.
Cute.
Would you be so kind? He's actually been in the bath for about an hour.
Yes, of course.
I've called many times. I wanted to discuss with you the redistribution of our parts in this fundamentally vulgar structure. I've been giving a great deal of thought to the illogical aspects of your...
Okay, so it's not Heinrich that was there in that bathroom. It looked like someone, but I could not tell who.
Oh, I'm so sorry. She's not here.
Did I tell you I had a wife and a daughter?
No.
They live in Cincinnati. It's stiff, blocked men like you that lead us to the concentration camp, who are the crusaders of every blind principle, so-called ideology humanity invents to strangle me.
He seems drunk, but he's so well-spoken.
Okay, I like you. And I can tell you where Anna lives.
Lives?
He thinks there's a third man and that she's not just living alone.
I used to be afraid of you, but I don't think I am anymore.
There's nothing to fear except God. whatever that means to you.
For me, God is a disease.
That's why through the disease we can reach God.
I really don't know how I feel about Heinrich.
Thank you.
So she came here to see Anna, ended up like drying him off and putting him to bed and reading him a story. I'm really nervous about this.
Thank you.
Do you have anyone to help you with it?
Oh, it's not a problem.
No, please do not offer.
He screams. It's very difficult to calm him down.
Okay, this is why she's here.
I'm at war against women. They have no foresight. There's nothing about them that is stable.
There is nothing in common among women except menstruation. Excuse me. I come from a place where evil seems easier to pinpoint because you can see it in the flesh. But I find pathetic these stories of women contaminating the universe.
Mood. No.
Together we can listen if Bob cries out.
And you don't need to like embrace while doing that. Oh, all right. Never mind.
You don't have to make love to me.
I'm not trying.
Mom.
It's all right.
Mommy.
It's all right. It's all right.
I feel the worst for Bob in this whole situation.
I'm sorry. It wasn't very wise of me. This makes you think you've been right all along.
I was not expecting him to be fully nude there.
I phoned you at home, then I thought I might catch you here.
I didn't tell you where Bob goes to school.
The detective who was in charge of tracing your wife didn't come home last night.
So?
He wasn't home this morning. He hasn't reported to the office. If our detective doesn't show up by noon, I have to notify the police. I could claim professional secrecy, but you have to give me...
Didn't the detective give him the address? Oh no, he only gave him the address.
I don't feel like there's anything much ambitious left in me.
So I don't even have to ask you as a personal favor not to come to the office until I contact you.
Why?
Precisely because of the delicacy of your feelings, you might be able to understand that my interest in the case comes from the fact that I live with that detective.
Ah.
I'll be calling.
Then I feel like you should be calling the police right away. The music there was fun. Where'd she go? Did she come back inside?
I have to talk to you. Have you ever seen this man?
Do I have to answer you?
Well, you'll have to answer to someone eventually.
Why?
You're scaring me.
He's in there.
This actress, Isabel, I think her name is. If I remember right from the opening credits, like her face is so beautiful. But yeah, she's also really good at acting. Like the face is creepy too. Like beautifully creepy. Oh my gosh, what am I looking at? What?
God.
He's very tired. He made love to me all night. He's still unfinished, you know.
Emmanuel!
I don't think this guy is leaving either. Definitely not. I'm so confused with what Anna is doing.
Do it. Hold it. Hold it.
She's in pain. She can't lift her knee that high. Valid, that was awful.
That's why I'm with you. Because you say I for me. Because you say I for me. Yes, I'm thinking about him. But I recognize the self who has just done something horrible, like a sister I've casually met in the street.
And this is still Heinrich's video.
You're looking at me as if to tell me that I need you to fill me up, as if I'm an empty space. What makes me go on is to know he'll return and I'll make him suffer and I'll hurt him and I'm betraying him, but this brings me small rewards. I can't exist by myself. Goodness is only some kind of reflection upon evil. That's all it is.
Her thoughts are both confusing, but like also make sense at the same time. I can't really explain that.
What are you doing?
I'm sorting out his things to take to the laundry.
I can do it myself.
It's my job.
Well, for starters, it doesn't go in the fridge.
It must be torn apart.
Also, remember all that time ago I said that it felt like he was going to be the possessed one?
I guess when you're there,
No.
you want to be home, and when you're home,
But he still did kind of feel like it at the beginning.
if what you have there is so strong for you, if it's what you never had, stick to it.
But he does want her in his possession.
It's very quiet here when you're out.
And it kind of feels like everything about her is like her reaction to try and break free of that, maybe.
Is it the same there? Can you tell me now?
I don't think so.
I felt shit, liar. You think I'm immoral? Shit, I think so too, but not the same reasons. I felt nothing for no one!
Love all these close-up shots, by the way. We've had so many of them in this movie. I really like them. That's happened a lot in this movie too, is like whimpering, like unable to get words out moments, not just from her, but also with Mark too, kind of in the beginning. This actress is so good. Jeez, I have full goosebumps right now. Oh. The sound she's making. Oh, it's like mouth, but also like true, like. It's the same stuff that was leaking from whatever the fuck was on her bed.
What I miscarried there was Sister Faith, and what was left is Sister Chance. So I had to take care of my faith.
That's what you're doing there.
Yes.
So on the bed is one of those sisters? Am I understanding that right? I have no idea.
I want you to take off the ring and the wristwatch I gave you last time I came home.
I have to go.
Oh, she needs some serious help.
Just tell Heinrich that Anna's address is Sebastianstrasse 87, first floor.
5, 6, 7, Sky.
Apologies for being late.
No, it's all right.
What is it?
My name.
Didn't she say in his presence that her name was Helen? Am I misremembering that?
I respected your wish to be alone. I thought you needed the time, but now it's time enough. Besides, what are you doing here anyway?
Well, if you explored the apartment...
I'm the only one in your life who has rights in you.
Brother. He's so creepy with how he talks sometimes.
With this, love opens to absolutely unknown horizon.
Some kind of drug? Oh.
This is a joke.
God.
What is it?
So that's what I saw earlier when I was like, I can tell it's a person, I just can't tell who it is. No, not a person at all, really.
Anna!
Is he blind? No, he's not. Okay.
You are not different from anyone else. We are all the same, but in different words, with different bodies, different
Not him just standing there.
meat.
Head empty, no thoughts. You're not... Oh. I thought he was just leaving his bike for some reason.
Where? Can you answer the door, Bob?
Just stay where you are.
I'll be there as soon as I can.
Is he still in the phone booth? Oh gosh. I'm really truly surprised he hasn't come here yet. Head is still... This is fun and dizzying. Okay, yeah. So she wasn't there and that creature thing wasn't there?
Don't you understand? She is killing people.
I understand she's killing people, so why do you call me and not the police?
He's awfully calm about this, Mark.
It wasn't even human. It was...
Divine? Perhaps you met God a moment ago and you didn't even realize it. Incomprehensible God whom you reach through fucking or dope. Am I right?
Look, Mark.
His attitude right now is fun. What are we doing?
Heinrich, help me out of here. I'm sick.
I'm the one who is wounded!
Can't say I've ever thought of using a feather. Mark, are we... Oh, wow. All right. Goodbye, Heinrich. I can't believe you just murdered a man. Who is this? Well, I really hope Bob's not here. This is the most confusing relationship I've ever seen. So he killed Heinrich, she killed Margit.
Do you believe in God? It's in me. Take me.
This is so fucked up.
Margie said, that's why you killed
People can start trying to take it away from you.
I'll take care of Bob and everything. I'll go to the bank on Monday and take the money out.
And then what?
Please close the door.
Because it's here with you?
Yes!
Do we just have one of those handy? This movie really is unlike anything I've ever seen before.
You understand that it is very late and Heinrich hasn't called me yet.
Yeah, about that.
Maybe he just forgot your number.
Brother. Yes, he just forgot his mother's phone number. That's it.
Went to a bar at the corner to call home to find out if Heinrich had returned.
Yes?
The bar.
Was there. Nobody could identify him. It was only Heinrich's body, but his soul was not there.
Perhaps he and his soul had parted company before. I recognize Heinrich's superiority in every way.
I don't love this.
Now, I must find her. Maybe it's her fault. I'll find her, and I'll force her to tell me what she's done with Heinrich's soul.
Won't you come up?
I'm in a rush.
Is it your wife?
Yeah.
Why does the inside of this look creepy too? He seems... That high screech.
Heinrich's dead. Isn't he?
Yes.
And you found Anna?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
You come like the angel.
What is that painting?
And you claim to tell me that you don't know where Heinrich's soul is.
Is Heinrich's soul in that thing?
It would be good to think that the soul lives separately from the body.
I don't know anymore.
I do. I was wondering which is worse, take away someone's wife, hurt a child, or to kill.
The last two are tied.
I also had a wife and a child. I used to like her. I liked your Anna too. I had to like both of them.
This conversation's weirding me out. I just had the thought, is she the cause of this all? And through Heinrich? That was so odd. And so what happened to his wife and child?
That dog didn't die of old
Hello?
age. What about you, Mark? Our man won't confide or deal with your successor. He wants you. There is no successor.
I still feel like I don't understand who these men are. The men that he met with at the beginning.
Yes, das ist die Adresse, die Mark Zimmermann hat.
Wait, Zimmerman's? Wasn't that the investigator guy?
Back up, then full speed and crash into the police.
But wasn't that house the one he went into and talked to Heinrich's mom? I'm so confused now. Sorry.
I'm in the car! I'm in the car!
Oh my gosh, not Margit's body just falling out of the trunk. This is a great shot. Anna, yep. Oh.
I wanted to show it to you. It is finished now.
It's the same it's so creepy.
Is there a way out? Will you help me? Take him. Shoot them. Everyone finish it!
I just remembered there was a pink socks mention at the beginning of the movie. Oh, I forget the context though, and I literally was like, why does that matter?
But I want to.
Okay, she has the same like green eye contact things as him.
Don't open! Please don't open!
Oh, Bob.
Don't open! Don't open! Don't open! Don't open! Don't open!
No. I'm not gonna lie, I really do not understand. Sorry, I really do not know if I understand what I just watched. I am immediately going to the Wikipedia page to read the plot over. I think that will help clear up some things. I already know this review is just going to be all over the place because I am still left pretty confused about what I just watched. But I'm very excited to talk with you in the comments about it. So let me try and get out my thoughts about this. And yeah, let's talk about it. So, Possession, 1981. I did just go to the wiki. I read over the plot, which only helped a little bit. The main thing it did clear up for me is that I did not realize that Mark was a spy. I don't know why I did not put that together from what the movie told us, but I did not know that that was his job. And he's a spy for West Berlin. And we're in Berlin during the time of the divide. We've got the wall there. I did see that like both their shared apartment and her apartment were both right up against that wall. I noticed it. I just didn't quite put together what that necessarily means. But the story is very much about a divide in a marriage, a divide in a relationship. So I feel like filming this in Berlin during the time of the divide is very much just like a thematic symbolism thing that the director chose to do here, which I find is clever, especially when you had like the Germans on the other side of the wall, like peering in with binoculars onto Mark and his apartment, their shared apartment, and just watching him through the window and seeing what he was doing. And he very much could see that he was being kind of spied onto. What the plot did not really clear up for me is this whole like creature thing, this tentacle creature. To me, it very much felt like a physical, real presence. Heinrich, I think, seemed to react very viscerally to it. Same with that detective that was first in the house, in the apartment with the window stuff, and then later on Zimmerman came by to be like, where's my guy? And then same thing, he also saw this creature and had a very visceral reaction to it. So I want to believe that that was like real and physically there, but what to make of that is still so confusing to me. And there was a lot of talk in this movie about God and I almost said the actress's name, Anna talking about like Sister Faith and Sister Chance, and she has to protect Sister Faith. And did she say she miscarried Sister Chance? Like a lot of this dialogue was very not direct. Like it was very vague and very like poetic sounding, which meant that it was kind of difficult to understand at times, especially I would say Heinrich. I feel like Heinrich always talked in very like flamboyant kind of ways. And then the video that he filmed of Anna and what she was explaining like to the camera, I also feel like those are scenes I may just need to like rewatch. This is a movie I think a rewatch things will be a lot more clear, but for right now I'm left sitting here like very confused about what exactly I just watched and what was, if anything, was real in terms of all of that. I am going to change my opinion or like how I was experiencing the whole possession thing, because obviously with that being the title of the movie, that's in my mind the whole time I'm watching this, and I knew not to expect anything normal or usual, but I think you guys could tell that like during this movie I was sitting here kind of being like, okay, who's the one that's possessed? Is this Anna or is it Mark? Kind of feels like both of them. And then I was like, well, wait, the movie is Possession, so are we actually looking at this from the perspective of Mark, let's say, and he wants to have possession over Anna? And I kind of thought that's where we were going with it. And then things just kept flipping. Like, you know, first Mark would do something absolutely crazy and I'm just like, fuck this guy, and I'd feel bad for Anna, but then it would flip and Anna would do something batshit insane and I'd be like, bruh, and then Mark would kind of act a little bit more normal and fine. And it just kept flipping like that, back and forth, back and forth. So in my mind this whole time I'm thinking about like who is possessed or who is possessing or what's going on here, and I have to scrap all that at this point, I think. Because this movie is about a marriage breakdown, a family breakdown, I think that possession here in this movie is actually more that Mark and Anna were both possessed with the idea. Like, they weren't actually possessed by an actual thing. I think that they both were possessed by an idea. And the idea is that they wanted to basically just try to make their marriage work. That / they wanted to change each other. And I think the more obvious of that is Mark and his interactions with Anna's doppelganger, Helen. Because I found Helen so fascinating. She obviously portrayed by the same actress as Anna, except she's wearing a wig and she's got green contact lenses in. And she obviously looks and acts very, very different from Anna. Helen was interesting because I think in every single scene she's wearing like all white, or at least like very, very bright, white cream clothing. And it's all very modest clothing as well. And she's got her hair very neatly in a braid, and she's wearing either no makeup at all or very, very minimal makeup. I'm pretty sure it was just no makeup at all. And she speaks very calmly, and she's very kind, and she's very polite. But for me, the scene where she's in the apartment and she comes by to talk to Anna, but then she ends up basically becoming Anna, in the sense of like she goes right into that mom role. She attends to Bob in the bathtub, she gets him out of the tub, she dries him off, she puts his pajamas on, she gets him into bed, and then the next that we see, she's reading to him. And then after we say goodnight to Bob, then she's in the kitchen and she's doing dishes. And then she's proposing to Mark this whole thing of like, well, like, you need someone to help take care of Bob and do things around the house and such. And so this is why I'm leaning towards the possession in this movie is actually just being possessed by an idea / like molding your partner into the one that you want, because it was clear that Mark was very, very infatuated by Helen. They ended up sleeping together, which was crazy. But she, I think, is exactly like what he wants Anna to be. She is this like typical housewife, no arguments, no screaming, no yelling. She just fits into this nice little mold that he appreciates, because it's just, there's no arguing, there's no nothing. Like, she just do almost kind of like robotic, like just goes through all the motions, does all the things, and it's easy and it's calm and it's fine. And then, you know, and there's nothing of her being like, well, what about you, kind of thing, you know? So I found Helen very, very, very interesting. On the flip side though, Anna, if I say like they're both possessed by this idea of like trying to make this marriage work, but also like changing who the other person is. So Anna's whole thing was about sex, really. A lot of it was about that. So where Mark wants a housewife and like good mom and like just no arguing, blah, blah, blah. It seems like Anna was bored by Mark. His job as a spy, he'd been gone a long time. And she was bored. She was bored. She was alone, lonely. And we don't know exactly what drove her away and drove her to start cheating on him. And she met Heinrich and everything. Like, we don't know exactly what prompted that, but I think maybe it could have been happening over a long period of time. It could have been happening over years. It could have been happening technically since Bob was born, maybe. But yeah, it just seems like Anna was she was bored by him. She was bored by him, and someone like Heinrich provided a lot more fun. But at the same time, Mark was also very abusive. Like, we saw him slap her over and over and over again, and he was unhinged at times, very much unhinged. So I think it's also that. I think that not only was she lonely and bored, but maybe every time he was back and not working, he was just a miserable piece of shit. And that just like drove her crazy. And the way that Isabella acted Anna throughout this movie, she had so much hysteria at times. And the acting was phenomenal. It was absolutely crazy. The subway scene, of course, was wild. Wild scene. and so long. And if I remember correctly, I feel like it was all done in one take. Maybe not quite one take, but it felt like a very, very long scene. And Isabella was just giving it her all during that. The audio overwhelm was massive for me during that, but at the same time I couldn't take the earbuds out or look away or anything like that. Like, it was just so well done. And then it ends with all that like ooze coming out of her, which she described as miscarrying sister. I think it was Sister Chance that she described, but I still don't really understand, like Sister Chance, like giving herself a chance. Is that what she means? Because when she was talking about Sister Faith, it's like, I have to protect my faith. Anyway, yeah, that stuff is all very confusing for me. Anyway, this movie was just wild through and through. I felt extremely sad and bad for Bob at the end. Cannot believe that boy did that. That is heartbreaking. That is absolutely heartbreaking. And then I don't quite know what to make of the very ending of this. So just like Helen, we see now a doppelganger of Mark. And also he kind of seems like Helen in the sense that he's like very clean and very well-dressed. But I mean, so was Mark earlier. So I don't really know what to make. But he just felt very robotic. Was he the creature? Because the creature did look more human-like as the movie progressed. There was one point where the creature like had these green eyes, kind of mimicked the other Mark at the end, but those eyes were a lot darker. It was actually closer to Helen's eyes in that one scene. Creature becomes doppelganger of Mark. That's Anna's creation. Like she created, but how? I don't understand the how. She was murdering all these men. Was she taking bits of them to form this new man for herself? But then how would it look exactly? I think I'm trying to get answers to something I'm not really going to have answers to. But yeah, it kind of feels like the doppelganger Mark and the doppelganger Anna at the end of the movie are each other's wants from each other. Like the way that Helen is how Mark would want Anna to be in order for the relationship to be good. Except would it even be good when you're like forcing someone to be who they're not? No. And then the Mark that we saw, the doppelganger Mark, that is still kind of possessing because he made that woman shoot the real Mark and Anna even after they had already been shot multiple times by the police. Yeah, I just don't really know what to make of the ending of this. But what a crazy movie. Did I enjoy it? Kinda. I think I would enjoy it more if I understood it more. What I will say is I did really enjoy the performances. The performances were wild. Sam was amazing. Isabella was incredible. I also heard that they were making a remake of this movie, or they are making a remake. It's in process, so that'll be interesting. Very curious about who is cast in that. I'll have to look that up. Anyway, yeah, both their performances were insane, especially during the moments where they were getting very, very, very violent with each other. I mentioned that it felt so real. It didn't feel like acting at all. It really did feel like I was watching an actual couple having a domestic fight. And that was very uncomfortable. I didn't enjoy it all that much, but I respect the performances. I also respect the filmmaking here. The filmmaking was very good in terms of the camera work, at least. The editing, here and there, maybe not so much so. I did have some confusion with scene cuts. We'd have a moment where we're somewhere and then it would cut to something, and it took me a sec to kind of figure out if time had passed, where were we, what's going on, sort of thing. So I would say the transition between scenes was not super great for me. But the camera work was awesome. It was a very, very good looking movie, very well shot. The camera work, I loved how chaotic it got at times to mimic the relationship, right? So yeah, that was very well done. And the music was wild. The music was very eerie. There was some very screechy music at times that I did not love, but it definitely added to the scenes and added to just my general unease of what I was experiencing and what I was watching. So yeah, that was really well done too. Anyway, this definitely was not a scary movie for me. There was no jump scare moment. It mostly was just, it was it was just creepy. It was just creepy. It was just uneasy. It was just, ugh. It was one of those up here kind of horror movies instead of being like a physical, like having kind of a physical response to it. So yeah, but very unique. You guys are right. I have not seen a movie like this before. Anyway, with that, I'm going to go to Letterboxd. I am very curious to see what some other people have to say about this movie. So let's go do that. 3.5 stars. She isn't crazy. She just remembered she has to carry all those groceries up 5 flights of stairs, probably without an elevator. Okay, I'm feeling a lot better about being so confused by this movie because there are lots of reviews of people saying the same, so whew. You know those dreams where everything makes perfect sense right up to the point until you wake up? The ones that are like, oh, hello, ghost of winter's past. I feel like I shouldn't really be here in this ramshackle boat that houses all the world's paintbrushes. What's that? I have to pay for my feelings? 2 bananas and a mouse? That seems fair. Then you wake up and go, what the fuck was that? Yeah, I think I just experienced that in real life. So I have no idea what to rate this. It's awesomely weird, but also, what the fuck was that? 4.5 stars. Born to act like Isabelle Adjani freaking it in the subway. Forced to stay calm. All right, it is now that time of the video where I turn it to you. I'm excited to read your comments down below. Feel free to let me know your thoughts on this movie, explain some things that maybe I've missed. Let's talk about it. And are you interested in the remake that's coming? Let me know. If you don't care for this movie, I'd also like to know why, because I did see a number of reviews on Letterboxd of people just like not really clicking with this at all, not loving it, not really understanding why it has such high ratings. I get that. I understand it. I have no idea what I would rate this movie. I think for right now, after this first watch, it would probably be a 3 for me. And a 3 is very middle of the road. Like 2.5, 3 is mid. Like I think I just need to give this one another chance to see how I fully feel about it. This one's gonna stick with me for a bit. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching my reaction. I really appreciate it, and rest in peace to the wonderful Sam Neill. This performance was so unlike any other performance of his I've seen, definitely. And there are more Sam Neill movies I need to watch in the future, which I will do at some point. Anyway, if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, I would so appreciate that. I can click up on the screen right now to do so. And if you want to watch something else of mine, some other reactions will pop up. In honor of Sam Neill, I'll probably put my reaction to Event Horizon up here for you to check out. So yeah, anyway, we'll see you in the next reaction, whichever one you tune into next. But until then, I wish you a wonderful rest of your day. Have a good one. Take care, everybody.